when you?
No, I made an appointment online at 11:30
Yeah.
for the 1 p.m.
Oh,
So then, like, after I made an appointment, I'm like, oh, I guess I should wash and get in my car.
Do you have to? Do they send you away if you're not adequately washed?
I don't know. Everybody have a mask on, so they can't tell.
Do they send you away if you're not adequately washed?
Can you imagine? I don't think that would ever happen in the U.S. But okay, so just so that you know, we're online on YouTube.
Yeah, we are live.
Yeah.
We are now on low latency mode, so interactions with the YouTube chat is actually going to be a lot quicker.
Oh wow, is that a new thing?
No, so the thing is, I didn't know how to pre-schedule these meetings on YouTube, because there's like if you go to more and you click go live, it takes you live to YouTube, but it creates like the page for you and everything. So when it takes you live right away. But if you pre-schedule the YouTube thing, you can actually select a lot more options, which I didn't know how to do with Zoom until this week. I figured it out. So
amazing.
Now I have access to all those things, and yeah, so interaction will be a lot quicker, and these YouTube pages will be created more in advance now.
Cool.
So I think before I start doing my thing, I'm gonna run an ad. So I'll see you all in a minute.
Okay.
Not you guys in the call, but
yeah. So now we're running the ads. So some people get it, some people don't. But then we don't want to talk about anything pertinent while some people might be watching some ad. So, but I'm not really sure what's happening. So everybody knows Joe, Seon-Yi, Will, and Rudy.
Yo.
Hi.
Well, I guess we'll get to know each other.
Yeah, good to see everybody.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Same.
What time is it over there, Will?
It's 8:30 tomorrow.
Tomorrow already. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm on my third cup of coffee right now. Sounding your secret shot.
Well, yeah. Me and Rudy have more. But how old is your baby now? You got two, right?
Yeah, so Ruby is like nearly 3.5, and Stan is he's 10 months old.
Wow.
Oh my God. I could see on your face, 10 months old.
10 months worth of lines. Yeah, no, I mean, they're both just awesome, but it is kind of ridiculous because we just passed, a few days ago, we passed our 1-year anniversary when we left New York and came here.
Already?
In a hurry, yeah.
Oh my God.
But we did it, Joe was 7 months pregnant, and we didn't really want to be giving birth in a New York hospital right at that time. Just with just basically less than 24 hours notice, we just were like, let's go.
That's incredible.
And we had return flights for like, I don't know, July or August or something, and then and meanwhile, so we came down to Australia, which is where my wife is from, and while we were in quarantine, they just sealed the borders, and now no one can get in or out.
Wow.
So even if we decided to return tomorrow, it would be pretty hard, but it's a trade-off because they've handled it incredibly well down here. Life is pretty normal.
Things are pretty normal down there, right? Because I talked to Linda and Fabian, and they said we wear no masks and we hug people and.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been really, really kind of jarring for them because they actually lived through the pandemic in New York for several months, and then they came down here, and I think they were like having a hard time computing. We just kind of avoided the whole thing. I can't believe I'm saying this on the internet to a lot of people who are still suffering, but I feel guilty. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, Linda and Fabian and they're doing great with the little one.
Yeah. That's cool. Where's Joe?
She's it's sort of like it's that time in the morning where there's like a lot of stuff going on. So the kids maybe she'll take her bits.
I will leave her alone.
Well, I think we should get started.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people have watched enough ads. So, welcome everybody once again to episode 37 of Jazz Gallery Lockdown Sessions. We have another great show for y'all tonight. But before we start, as always, I'd like to let you know we have going on in the next couple of weeks. Starting with this Thursday, which is the next upcoming event. We have another live stream concert from our venue, from the Jazz Gallery, featuring vocalist Arta Jakobsson, an incredible singer from Latvia, and she's actually presented on our lockdown sessions twice and has performed on our stage, in normal times, I think about twice as well. She's going to be featuring Theo Walentini, Evan Gregor, and Connor Parks, and sets at 7:30, 9:30. Other live streams that you might want to check out are Thursday following that on April 1st, Charles Altura Trio on April 8th. We're going to have Dana Stevens on April 15th. We're going to have Caroline Davis, and on the 29th, we're going to have Billy Hart. On the 22nd, we're still TBA on that, Rio? Or
Yeah. Something is firming up, but not firm enough.
I think I know what it is, but I guess I can't say it. So
yeah.
But I might, if it is what it is, I'm very excited. We have more lockdown sessions. Next week, we're going to have, confirmed as of right now, Simona Premazzi, Clarence Penn returning, and Paul Cornish returning. The week after that, we have the return of our series with Miguel Zenon, his series called In Conversation, which features some of the greatest musicians of our time in about an hour and a half interview, just one-on-one. With Miguel, and next week, on the week after, on the 5th, April 5th, 6 p.m., we're gonna be he's gonna be talking to Joshua Redmond. So very excited for that. You can go on our YouTube page and check out some of our older In Conversations. We just had to take down the one with Branford. But the one with Joe Lovano is still up there. The two with Joe Lovano are still up there. It was 3 hours of interview with Joe Lovano. There's also Schofield was the last guest. Also, the Kurt Rosenwinkel one is still up there, so you can go check that out. Also, while we're at it, you can go on our website, on our YouTube, and also check out our previous episodes of our lockdown sessions. There's some. I think we started streaming starting at episode like 27 or something like that, or 6. So there's 10 episodes that you can go watch right now. Not right now, but after this episode's over.
Yeah, don't go right now. Stay with us.
Gallery for the next like 20 hours. And yeah, don't forget to check out our after hours, which we do from our venue after our live stream concerts. We've fallen a little behind with that, but there are 2 new episodes dropping very soon this week, I hope. So we'll get to that very soon. But in the meantime, you can go check out all the ones ending up with the Eric Harland live stream. With that said, if you would like to support the Jazz Gallery, please consider becoming a member. There is a link in the description that will take you to our membership page if you want to become a member. Membership grants you discounts to all of our live stream concerts, the ones from our venue, so you get a nice $15 discount. Instead of paying $20 for a ticket, you get a ticket for $5. And if you come to like 5 live streams, it pays for itself, so consider doing that. We also are partially supported by ads, as you may have experienced just a few minutes ago. We don't make a lot from ads, but we make something, and we're going to keep feeding you them. Of course, we're going to take a minute break for ad breaks, but so you won't miss anything, but you will see ads, just FYI. You can also donate. As you noticed, you didn't have to buy a ticket for this event. All of our Monday evening events are donation-based. Donations help us with everything from paying rent to upgrading our equipment, to cleaning, to tuning our piano, to everything that happens from our space and from outside of our space. So there is also a donation link in the description that you can click, and it will take you to a PayPal page. You can donate. We're suggesting $15, but anything less is cool. Anything more is cool. So that is there. With that said, we have 4 amazing musicians for y'all tonight, and I'm really happy to have you guys here. Joe, Rudy, Will, and Seon-Yi. Thank you all for joining. I'm kind of. Have you guys, any of you, played together before?
Not me.
You haven't played with any of them. Okay.
Maybe Will and I did a jam set.
We've done some sessions, I think.
That's like the pairing that I'm kind of seeing more. Yeah, like Rudy and Will. But Joe, have you played with Will or Rudy?
No.
No. Okay.
Darn it.
Not yet.
Come on, man.
This could be a new group.
My daughter's a big fan, though. I'm sure I'm not the only person to tell you that, but my daughter's a big fan, Joe.
Oh, we just finished the season. The season
Wow.
51.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Joe he's a musical director of Sesame Street. So yeah. Yeah, I remember Joe was kind enough to invite me and my children to the set. They don't do that anymore, but they used to have visitors to the set. And I grew up watching Sesame Street when I was like 5 and 6. My father thought it was a good idea for me to watch Sesame Street and learn English, right? I don't know why. Anyway, so the set I was in, this was a place that I used to watch on TV from Japan when I was a little girl. I'm like, oh my God, I'm at the Sesame Street, like for real. That was incredible. I think I was more excited than my kids.
Wait, how long have you been on Sesame Street? How long?
11 and a half years.
Oh man, that is cool.
Yeah.
I grew up on
You're just catching up.
I'm trying to find the lowercase n. I don't know. You remember? Do you know that one?
I do. But that's from way back in the day.
That's way back. I'm not. I'm
No, I hear you. I'm going to be 56 this week, but I remember it came on in 1969 when I was 4. So it was of the right of my wheelhouse from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
cool.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about lowercase n. You have to tell me later.
What? You don't know lowercase? See, no, people aren't hip to lowercase n. Standing on a hill, the wind is very still. You don't know? Okay.
No, that went like right over my head. Anyway,
Hip music, man. I dig all of Sesame Street stuff.
Oh, it's an incredible.
Really great.
Yeah.
The history of it. I mean, we don't have to get in. It's so. I mean, it kind of took me over, and it's funny because the last project I did, actually 2 records ago, after 10 years, I thought I'm so into the history and the lore of it that I had to make my own project. So I did a group called Open Sesame, which is my interpretation of more classic, the old school Sesame Street tunes. And just because they're just really powerful and really pliable. And then the music from the beginning, Joe Raposo and Jeffrey Moss, who wrote all those early tunes, were just, I mean, I don't like to use the word geniuses, but those guys were really song geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Can
still
I do something else? Like, since you're obviously a Sesame Street historian as well, can you? I need to play something with me. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Was that Zappa? Somebody told me that.
I actually know all about that. That's called pinball number count.
Yeah.
In the early days of Sesame Street, all the animated segments they had no budget, so they had they outsourced all the animation. So there was a company in San Francisco at the time. This is around 1969, 70, called Imagination Incorporated, and they had their own in-house music team as well. And the guy, and I'm spacing on his name, he wrote all those songs. And the interesting thing about it, there's the pan solo, right? And that's young, like 18-year-old Andy Narell.
Yeah.
And who sang it is the Pointer Sisters before they were huge. That's the Pointer Sisters singing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I know.
That's amazing.
Can we do the gallery lockdown next week and we'll just do a Sesame Street history?
we could just have Joe come on and talk about the history of the Sesame Street music. That would be a masterclass. But that's amazing.
Yeah.
Man, the pinball
He wants to write a book. I don't have the time, but no one else is going to write it. Like I'm in it. So
You're the man.
the music side of Sesame Street, anyway.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to quickly shout out Ambrose.
Every
who's in the chat
percussion
right
instrument you want to play in it.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard like vibra slap, triangle, hand drums. I was like, man, this is my man.
Oh my God, Rudy got so excited. I was Sesame
Excited,
Street.
man. I'm going on YouTube now and look at Sesame Street.
Oh my God. Hey, Ambrose.
I'm going to shout out Ambrose, who's in the chat there. And yeah, I think we should just get started.
Okay.
I actually have some videos that I'm going to play for a couple of y'all. So I think we're going to start with our first guest, who I have videos, or a video. Seon-Yi, it's one video, right? Okay, cool. Well, so we're gonna start with our first guest, who is an incredible vocalist, and the first time I got to hear her was at the Jazz Gallery. Rio kind of just booked her, and I was like, "Who's that?" And then it was probably one of the coolest shows I've seen. I mean, like the music that you brought was really, really cool. So,
Thank you.
we have unfortunately not been able to bring you back since, and that definitely was a while back because I think it was like 2018 or 17. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a city release concert, and right after that, I left New York.
Yeah. and then you've been in Switzerland this whole time.
Yeah.
My friend Alex Hamburger also did that.
Oh yeah,
Were
she
you
did with me.
Oh, cool. So yeah. So
Yeah.
Alex was doing that program with you. That's really cool.
Wow.
Well, anyways, I would like to introduce you all to Seon-Yi Jeon. And
Yeah, actually, when
Thank
Edward asked me who Song is, like, I don't know. She sent me her stuff and it sounded cool. So we'll see what happens tonight. That's what happened.
That's amazing. Thank you.
and
Yeah.
it certainly happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
indeed.
thanks.
Um,
Yeah, that was a CD release actually. And today what I brought is actually different from what I presented that time, but it's more like improvised moment, captured the improvised moment. So
yeah, I was gonna ask if you wanted to introduce the video, but there you go.
All right, let's see it.
Optimize, share sound, stereo, high fidelity. All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have to unmute before you clap because I don't hear.
Yeah, that was a improvised session. Well, I kind of started to get to know a little more of this electronic world, sort of. And so I invited my friends and asked them to play with me. So that was it.
I was really into like the octave effects and stuff that was going on.
Yeah. I did at the end. I did the octave down and up, and then the fifth up, or something like that. So it's kind of dense one at the end.
Sucker for an octave or so.
Yeah.
Where was that recorded?
It was here in Basel. It was about a week ago.
Okay. Right. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
People have told me about the studio there. The facility is supposed to be outrageously great.
Yeah, the school here actually
Yeah.
is amazing. Well,
Okay.
it's Switzerland is quite rich, as we all know.
They are.
Yeah, but this school is really supporting a lot with the like students of facility and the coaches, like teachers, the cast professors, and so on. So it's really amazing. The studio, the quality of the studio is the top, I think.
Yeah.
The students are not so many here. It's only like around 100 people in
Oh, wow.
the jazz school, jazz department. I mean, it used to be a jazz department in the entire music school. Now it's separated, so it's a jazz school. And it's around like 100 people. But still, the facility and everything is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Come here!
My sister lives about an hour away from you, actually.
Oh, in Zurich? Bern?
In Talville, just outside of Zurich. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Is
she
that-
doing there?
What's she doing? She's living her life, or
Okay.
trying to, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
She's
does
lived
the
there for a long
food there,
time.
like, are people like is the infection rate still active?
Sorry?
Or like
Oh,
like the
the
infection?
COVID.
Or, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's around.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I
That's been
forgot.
going on. For me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah, like daily around 1,500, I think. I I can't really feel because Basel is so small. And of course we do wear like masks, and there is no live concerts, but still when you walk on the Rhine and almost nobody's wearing masks. So it's
Wow.
it feels a little weird. Yeah, to see those numbers like 1,500 daily and like death rate every day like 10 to 20 people, but you see a lot of people walking around without masks. Of course, there are a lot of people also with masks, but yeah, it's just a surreal bit. Yeah. But Basel is, I think, because it's so small, maybe the comparably safe. Yeah. Compared to
That's
other
cool.
places. Yeah.
Yeah. And who are the musician that you're playing with in the?
Yeah, the drummer is Martin Juaz, and the keyboard player is Aaron Tallis. They are both actually the keyboard player is also drummer, amazing drummer.
Oh, wow.
He is current Focus Ear program drummer. The Focus Ear program is this young artist program that I did like when I came here, like did this 1 year of the certificate program. And literally what you do is every other week you work with coaches. Well, for example, when I did that, Ambrose came, worked with us an entire week, and at the end of the week we did one concert. So like 4 or 5 days of intense rehearsal with him, and we'd do a concert, and then after that we do our stuff like for a week long, and then again another coach comes and work with them and so on. So so the keyboard player is actually current drummer in this current Focus Year program, and Martin, the drummer, was actually the very first Focus Year program drummer, which is right before I did. So like 3 years ago. Yeah, and I did like 2 years ago. So we all sort of met through this program called Focus Year. Yeah.
That's cool.
They're both from Budapest, Hungary,
Oh.
Okay.
and they're both living here in Switzerland.
Okay. Wow, that's really cool. I was watching the video. I'm like, I want to be cool like that when I grow up.
Yeah. Well, it's really grateful that I can play with other people and really feel the moment together.
Yeah.
I mean, I studied before, like, 15 years ago, I studied classical composition. And that time, you know, from the zero to like everything I wrote down, you know, for the musicians. And then when I came to jazz, I tried really hard to find the fine line, how much I give the freedom to the musician and how much I can have it, or, you know, I can say as a composer, but also still I have to give musicians freedom and also, you know, rely on their own capacity and so. So, but now doing this pretty much 100% of the improvised session, I really have to trust other musicians, and I am also 100% there to feel surroundings. So it's another level of learning and listening experience.
That's very cool.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to remind the viewers that there is a chat on YouTube because you know there's Ambrose that commented and McCall, who's like also always on these YouTube. A shout out to McCall as well because he's on these. Yeah. Anyways, if anybody has any comments or questions, please feel free to drop them in the YouTube chat.
You said Ambrose commented. What did he say?
He said,
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, Ambrose came to the program, right? So wait, did you mean to ask her that? What did you learn from Ambrose? Is that?
No, well, that's a great question too. Just want to know what kind of scratch he's talking on YouTube. That's all.
He just say hi.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
he just said, I'm not.
He's not trolling today.
He's teaching. I think he's teaching the trumpet students here in school as well. Right now, of course, he cannot come, so he is all doing the virtual lessons. Yeah.
Well, Ambrose said he's mellowed out, so yeah, he's good today. He's not anybody today.
Come on, Ambrose, don't let us down.
Well, in the meantime, maybe Seon-Yi, do you want to say if you're working on something, anything you would like to promote that you want the viewers to know about?
Right now, this is what I'm interested in, this electronic stuff, actually, right now. That's what I'm doing. And I am working on, actually, the recording that I did last year with the guitar player, Vinicius Gomez, who's right now in New York. We did record an album last year, but we haven't done anything yet much. I mean, of course, because of the COVID, we couldn't really communicate much or foresee the future or anything, but we're trying to move forward. So hopefully we can finish doing the job. This album, it's a guitar voice duo, and there I don't do any of the electronic stuff, just purely singing and improvising and so on. So that would be a huge, how can I say, different part of my world, the opposite pole of my world. So yeah, just stay tuned on my website or Bandcamp that you see.
And you're on Instagram.
I usually promote people.
I am also on the Instagram, yeah.
So Seon-Yi Jeon, if anybody follow her, and you have a link to your website on there, so that'll take them there.
That's right.
That way, people will find out what's going on with you.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Ad break.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, finally somebody else commented. Fabio said, Seon-Yi, exclamation mark. And he's saying hello. Is that your friend?
Who is it?
Fabio
Govia?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Hi, Fabio. Oh my God. Feels weird.
We have an ad break, guys.
Oh yeah, it's an ad.
A minute. So
A minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if
you're not next, so.
Yeah. And the Will's like, change diaper, warm up meal.
That was funny.
Exactly where we went to go.
2 weeks ago, we had a Biophilia Records edition.
Mm.
And after every like video, like Fabian was either like not on camera or just like disconnected from the call or just like very zoomed in on his face because the baby was in like on his chest.
Yeah, and then at one point he started swaying.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like, yeah.
It's not a camera. I'm swaying the baby. So.
Wow.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we can move on to our next guest, who so Joe, I was actually talking about you the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody commented, made a Facebook post, and they were like, recommend me records that are horn trio but no saxophone. So obviously, whatever. But Joe has some of the best trombone trio records out there, which I mean, given there aren't many of them, but it is as far as like horn trio records, I think your trio records are amazing, and
thank you.
I'm a huge fan of your work.
Yeah.
You also recently put out a record, and by recently I mean it was during the COVID times, right?
Yeah, last April, I believe, with my big sack butt group with 3 trombones and tuba. Of course, we actually had a nice tour, all booked, and then of course, like everybody else, it just went away. So
I know that was the thing last year. Everybody had an amazing tour booked, right? Of course.
Just that year, but it's all right. It is what it is. I mean, people were like, "Why are you even going to put it out?" I'm like, "Well, because why not? It's just going to be good music. We'll get back out there someday." So
yeah, because you made it. You have to put it out before it spoils.
Totally, exactly. I'm already on 3 records, almost ready down the road from there. So it's good.
But I think the last time we had you at the gallery was with your Open Sesame group, which was the CD release for that as well. CD release, both of you.
We're just about to get into the studio. Actually, in May, we're going to do a new record.
Oh, cool.
So
amazing.
I really dug that music.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really different. Last time when we did, the group was originally conceived as a quartet with Jeff Lederer and me. And then just weirdly, Stephen Bernstein, the last gig we did before we went to the studio, we were playing in Nyack at Maureen's cellar, and Bernstein lived down the road. And I said, Steve, come on, just come sit in. But it was so happening that I was just like, well, now you got to come do the record. So he was guest artist, but now this time around, Steve's going to do the whole thing. So it should be really fun.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, welcome Joe Fiedler.
Thanks. Man, I'm just going to echo what you said, Rio. Just like, I wish I want to be that cool when I grow up, because I'm going to show you solo trombone music. I mean, like the other end of the spectrum, So I had all these goes. I emailed Rio. I had all these grandiose plans to do some cool video and work with this videographer I work with, but finishing the Sesame Street season kind of got in the way. But I've been meaning to write new solo music because I used to play a lot like 25 years ago, just do solo concerts. And so this gave me a reason. So I did compose brand new stuff just for this event.
Oh, wow.
So 2 pieces kind of stuck together. I was going to have a transition, but it's 2 pieces that I'll just play continuously.
Okay.
So it's just me. That's it. Nothing cool.
World premiere.
Exactly. All right, here we go.
Joe, you didn't share the sound. You gotta stop and go back.
Yeah, stop your screen share, and then you have to make sure you share computer sound when you when that pop-up opens up.
Okay, Joe, okay. Now I see his entire life.
Yeah.
Man, the chops.
Ridiculous.
Where is Joe? And I was just thinking, he's keeping up chops like this while MDing Sesame Street. Like, what?
I'm religious. I'm a practice freak. I mean, 7 days a week, always. It's funny when I used to play 350 gigs a year, for years and years in New York. And then when I got Sesame, over the past 10 years, just for my time and just my interest, I've just only playing the exact gigs I want to do. So I've kind of figured out a way to practice to keep myself in like game shape at all times. It took me a while to figure out, but it's working now.
It's rough for brass players. I know, like you guys got to keep your chops up. Like yeah,
It's
like you
no
can
joke.
out it, it's gone.
Yeah, it's true. It's if you even skip a couple days and then go do a gig, you people will notice and you'll notice. So
yeah, amazing. You're doing all that, like there's no effect or nothing. It was just you and the horn, right?
yeah, this what they call multiphonics. I'm singing one note and playing the other note, and you know, the great Albert Mangelsdorff really kind of pioneered this in the 70s. And, you know, I've been writing tunes in that regard and kind of studying, but kind of trying to get into more rhythmic things and more contrary motion and kind of getting away from the techniques he first laid out, but try to really expand it with my own vision.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It sounds kind of exhausting. I mean, that's an athletic feat.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that too. Are you not tired with your throat when you sing like that?
No, I practice it every day. You know, I know like Albert and some other guys who've gotten into multiphonics actually did voice exercises at the piano like a singer might, but I feel it's different muscles. So I actually do exercises, not extensively, but at least 5 minutes a day, that kind of thing. So my throat's okay. Nice. But after a long practice session of something like that, I do get scratchy throat.
Yeah.
How much of an influence? How much of an influence is Cookie Monster on that?
It's impact on most things I do, but not as much as Grover. You know, Grover is my man. So.
Right.
Oh my God, I was ready for Rudy to make some joke about trombone player being ready for being in the game shape during COVID.
Well, Amber was in the chat comparing mouthpiece sizes. So,
wait, which is harder, smaller or bigger with the mouthpiece?
Pardon me?
Ambrose says something about the mouthpiece size, how like you have a really big mouthpiece, but I don't know. Is the comment? I don't know what he's trying to say, but is it harder with smaller mouthpiece or bigger mouthpiece?
I think Ambrose is dismissing the big mouthpiece, but
okay.
Joe, you elaborate.
Oh, he's joking.
I think it's more apples and oranges. A bigger mouthpiece gives a more richer sound. Typically, this is just a generalization.
Mm-hmm.
You get typically a bigger sound and more richer overtones, where is your endurance in the high registers compromised. So guys who play in the high register typically play a smaller mouthpiece.
Okay.
And although you could sometimes get too bright of a sound, it really depends what you're going for. I mean, I kind of got that set up because I was always a high note guy. As you know, Rio, like playing in big bands as a trombone player or playing with Eddie Palmieri, whatever.
Right.
I've always been kind of the high note guy. So I have always got a smaller setup just for endurance, even though sonically I would prefer to go to a little darker sound. But
you never like as a trombone player, you don't switch your setup depending on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, not as an improviser, I always stay with one setup. But like when I've worked in the studio, I have other horns that, like, if I'm on a film date or something, I'll bring different mouthpieces and different horns, but only in that context.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. That was amazing. Thank you. And what are the name of the tunes?
They're not named yet, but maybe Cookie Monster could be named.
Sorry, man. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it could be variations on Cookie Monster 1 and 2.
Cookie variations.
Yes. Yeah, chocolate and oatmeal raisin. Yeah. That's good. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. I know you're super busy and you have a lot of other commitment, but thanks for doing this.
No, it's also, I love being, especially in COVID, man, just to connect with the community is fantastic. So thank you for having me.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're working on that you would like to promote?
Well, I mentioned the Open Sesame recordings coming up, and I plan on finishing this solo. I mean, those aren't like takes, but I'm going to do a solo recording in the next few months as well.
I was going to ask, when's the solo trombone record coming out?
I figured, with COVID, why not? Although the vaccines are coming, but I'm probably going to I hope to record in the next 2 months, the solo thing. So that's about it right now. Season 52 of Sesame Street starts in a couple weeks. So.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
That's amazing. All right.
Well, thank you.
Just play the trombone like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Going to an ad break, but before we do that, I would like to very quickly just mention, if you are interested in donating, there is a donation link below in the description. Donations help us pay rent, pay for piano tuning, pay for cleaning, pay for toilet paper, pay for musicians, if there's anything left over, I guess. No, and it really funds all of our endeavors here at the Jazz Gallery. So if you would like to donate, there is a link in the description. Just click it. It'll take you to PayPal. We are suggesting $15, but if you can do more, that's great. If you can do less, that's also cool. If you would like to support our channel, consider subscribing to the channel. There is a button that says subscribe right below where you're watching this video. If you click subscribe, it just helps us reach a lot more people, so you can do that. And also, if you want to consider becoming a member, membership is also a possibility. There's a link in the description, and it gets you a lot of great benefits. So consider joining us. Now, ad break.
We're supposed to have a toilet paper with Gilad's face printed on it, remember? Somebody was going to sponsor toilet paper with Gilad's face, but that didn't happen.
Yet another tragic casualty of COVID.
Which is what?
Oh, God.
Wait, what did you say, Will?
I said that's just another tragic casualty of
COVID.
The toilet paper.
Yeah. Remember early on, like all the toilet paper disappeared from the shelves? I don't know what that was about, but yeah, now everything is back to normal-ish. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How are your kids, Rudy? I can't hear you.
Oh, we lost your audio there.
Yeah. Good thing I asked you a question because you're next.
Yep.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird.
I'm talking this whole time, and then I just stopped.
I know your mouse is moving, and like, oh, Rudy's being the old person with the mute.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, man. They don't hear a word I'm saying.
I know. You're like, blah, 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 blah. So
No.
your kids are good?
They're cool. Yeah, they're really good. My daughter left me hanging. She was supposed to come and do a dance for one of these videos.
How old is she?
Oh man, come do a collab with your dad. She's just like, no.
How old are your kids?
No. She is, oh shoot, wow. She's 15. No.
He's like, well, let me count. I don't remember.
I asked my daughter too. I have a 16-year-old to try to do something. She wasn't having any of it.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
in the vision, woman. Like this is, you got this. Okay, dad together is gonna be great. He's just like, no.
It would take a minute until they realize how cool their fathers are. You know, they'll catch up. Give it like another 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe like 10 or 20 years after our deaths, they'll work it out.
Yeah, in a Charles Ives style. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Anyway, is that enough time for ad break, Edward?
Enough.
Okay.
I think we can get going. So yeah, our next guest is one of the most in-demand drummers out there, and for example, frequent collaborator of someone like Bill Frisell. We actually saw you recently with Bill at the Vanguard. Yesterday was the last day to watch that, right? So I can't promote that anymore. But yeah, we've had you at the gallery as well. I think you released not your last record, but the record before that. Trying to think what that.
The one before that.
Flatbed Buggy.
Yes.
You released that at the gallery, I think. Am I right? Because we had that group there. I know that. So, but you did also recently release a COVID record. I think if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. But I'm excited to watch what you have for us. So without further ado, everybody, welcome Rudy Royston.
Well, yeah. Can you guys hear me now? Make sure.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Recently I did a solo drum record during COVID. So trust me, your solo trombone is great because people can hear actual melodies and hear notes. Drums, I hear them. You have I'm playing it. That's a C. That's a C sharp. Trust me.
That sounds like a metaphor for your life. Like I hear them.
No matter what it looks like, man. Trust me. But yeah, I put it out. I actually had this record for a long time, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with it because it's solo drums, you know. It's just like, and I didn't want to use any electronics. Electronics are cool. Sorry.
Yeah. But you're old school.
Yeah, I just wanted to do drums and cymbals.
Yeah, no, I feel like if you can make like a really solo drums record interesting, like that you got something going. Because like everybody that does a solo drums record does with electronics and stuff, which nothing against that, you know, but
Yeah.
you know, props to you for that.
Well, thanks. Now you just made me. Now it has to be good.
I know. If your videos,
Of course, should be
Yeah,
good.
no pressure.
I mean, you know, but the hard thing about it was, like this thing that I did now. I just kind of did. My son came over and just filmed some stuff, but it was super hard because it's like, okay, how am I gonna play a tune from the record? You know, like this tune is from the record, so it's just like, you know. So how am I gonna do that? You know, like when I did it, I just went in the studio and just played for like 3 hours, and then later put everything together. You know? So it was just like, man, just try to sort of capture the themes because there is music to it. You know, I'm playing something. You know, so maybe you can hear. But I have two of those.
Oh my God, you're cracking me up.
We can hear like the band, you know, or we can hear just solo drums. What do you guys want to hear?
Well, whatever you want to play. Let's, because you talked up solo drums so much that now we have to hear that.
So there's two of those. The first one is Blackbird.
He's like,
That's just because I want to have it. It's Blackbird, but then it goes into this tune called "Feel Like Making Love." Not the. I think Roberta Flack. Not that one.
D'Angelo.
No, the "Feel Like Making Love." Da-dun, dun, dun, dun,
wow.
dun, dun. What are they named? 45, 42, something like that. Not level 42, but but anyway, it's an old rock tune. But it's Blackbird first. So I'm helping you all out, so you just like playing. It's Blackbird first, then it goes into that, okay? And then but then the second tune, like this whole record had like phases to it, and there's like a sacred kind of phase to it. And the second one, I'm not a singer, okay? So I sing, but it's not like I was trying to sing well. I'm just singing. Because I grew up playing in church. Like in church, you don't have to know how to sing. You just sing, basically, you know. So you don't have to sound good. And I don't. So we'll check that out, the second one.
Okay, just shut up and play.
I'm actually stalling. I got to make sure I know how to do this shit.
Oh, okay.
What I was gonna say is that would have been interesting if you don't tell us what it was and if we would have figured it out.
Dang it. Next time.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Okay, here we go. If it's not it, I'll stop it. But tell me if I do this right.
Let's make sure you share audio.
Shares computer sound.
Yep.
Okay. Do I optimize the screen?
You
No.
can.
Okay, I will. Not that one. Can you see it?
It's yeah, I think it might be.
All right, stop playing.
Huh?
Are you playing it?
Make sure this is it.
Yeah, I see something.
Nope.
Okay, no. Oh, there you go.
Can we clap at this halfway stage?
I like your son's camera work. He did a really good job.
He did well.
Yeah.
He collabed with me. My daughter
Yeah,
does
totally.
not hip.
And I like how like sometimes the focus is on other thing, but not on you. That made it look really artsy.
Yeah, he did a good job.
That just made me so happy, man. Just loved hearing that. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well,
And I was trying to figure out, like, I'm looking at your face in the video, and then you're like, I guess you're in the zone, right? You're with the song, and
yeah, because and then I'm while I'm playing, I'm I want to make sure. So it's just like, okay, bring people back, because I don't want to sound like I'm just drumming. You know what I mean? There's a solo part where I want to sound like, I want to sound like Herbie. Like I'm doing this weird stuff. I don't know. I want to do some, but then I want to bring people back. So it's like, how do I do that? So I would have to come out of that and do the little. Otherwise, because you can take about 2 minutes of a drum solo that's like that, and it's just like, okay, enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
The average person is just like, wow, that's just like, okay. So it has to be it has to be something else to it. This is like not just drums.
No, I mean, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's very thematic, and I think it's also, I gotta give you props that you're not doing like, because somebody that you associate solo drums with is like Ari Honig, who has his own like approach to like melody on the drums and stuff, and you're not doing that, which is great. I mean, you have your own thing, and it sounds really interesting and really cool. So.
That's because I wouldn't even try to do what Ari's doing.
Yeah, no, I mean,
this is like no way.
Yeah, but you got your own thing, so it's it's fine.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're always talking to yourself in your head like that when you're playing?
Yeah.
Okay. It's really noisy up there.
Wait, how do I hold on? Yeah, like I mean, because that's the balance, it's like on an instrument as strong as drums, it's just like, how am I going to make sure that I'm playing musically, but I'm in the music and I'm playing the music,
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to get so far in the music that I'm actually, drums can destroy a tune pretty easy.
Right.
Just because of the, it's just robust and in your face. And so it's hard. I'm still learning that, when I was younger, I just would just muscle through too. I'm surprised I got gigs, Like, all I'm hearing is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this tame thing. It's just like, but there's a flute solo. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. And then that sounds so basic. Yeah, like those are the things that like a lot of young musicians miss,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just always, for me, always musical, because I didn't come from total jazz. I came out of like first church and then like yacht rock. You know what I mean? Like and then hip hop. Like it was like jazz was kind of last. You know what I mean? It was just like
yeah, that's why we all end up for some reason.
Yeah. You just get frustrated.
A lot of people do.
You just want to get to the place where I just want to do what I can do, and then you think jazz, and it's just like, well, yeah, but you got to do it well. You can't just do it.
I know. Yeah, because there are a lot of people who went through other, more like sort of majorly successful people, and then they think that they like to just get to jazz and, we could like hang with this. I'm like, no, it's a whole different thing. Without naming names, because there are a lot of people out there. I'm just like,
yeah. I mean,
Anyway.
I thought playing like some hip hop grooves or some rock grooves were hard, and this is like just swing. That's really hard to just play swing like that. Is like, and it actually sounds, you're swinging. And I've been trying to do that my whole life, and I still don't think I'm doing it well.
That's okay. You got like another 30, 40, so.
Thank you.
You got time.
Add a couple more, like another 60 or 70, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But
Well.
and so the next one is like the sacred thing. I put some. This one doesn't have a video, so I just put photos to it, that I took. But it's like it's you just check it out. Don't okay. I'm not a singer, but I try to sing.
Can't wait.
Um, tell me if you can see it.
Yep. You're good.
Yep.
Yep.
Hold on. This one. See it?
I've wandered far away from God. But now I'm coming home. Too long the path of sin I have trod. Lord, I'm coming home. Coming, I'm coming home. Coming home. Nevermore to roam. Oh, oh, open wide. Thy arms of love. 'Cause Lord, I'm coming home.
Beautiful. Really.
Okay, Rudy. Check you out.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Vocalist debut. Joe, you have to unmute.
Joe's talking.
Joe's going like this.
I know I'm doing a Rudy. You know, I was saying, man, the overtones you're getting out of the cymbals, there's this collages, they're all overlapping and shifting. It's just fantastic, man. I loved it.
Thank you.
Did you record that at home, or where did you do that?
At Tedesco.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I forgot that you're also the budding photographer too.
Trying.
Yeah.
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 Super fun.
Yeah. It's wow. That was really nice.
Thank you.
That photo of the kid on the street, where was that taken?
That was Buenos Aires.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures are yours too, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's cool. But I don't know. They all just have sort of an idea of leaving or coming home, you know, leaving or coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of coming back
Yeah.
to some place of peace or rest or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
everything
clear,
worked.
that was the Feel Like Making Love one.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that I couldn't quite get the beat on that one.
Oh my god. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so, and that record. But the solo record, that's actually off of the record. And the solo
Okay.
record was cool. I just donated it to Music Cares Foundation.
Mhm.
So whatever proceeds came, they went through Greenleaf straight to Music Cares. So
Nice.
That's cool. You should do more video too. That was really good.
I want to try. You know. We'll see what
It's
happens.
just, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Just the simple visual, kind of like add the dimension and carry the music.
Yeah.
You know, like from the get go, like wow, it's like immediately had a different feel, and then, you know, has a story and.
Yeah. It sort of helps you focus in on the story, or at least conceptualize of a story, your own. You know. So
Yeah.
yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Rudy Royston YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
That's right. I take 10%. So.
Yeah.
10% of like 5 cents.
Yeah, wait until you see ad revenue.
I'm not sure which makes more, solo drum records or solo trombone records, you know.
I know. Yeah.
Proposal.
Both of us could make enough to go to McDonald's.
Proposal. Do a duo record.
There you go.
Either way, with
Oh,
her
yeah.
with her 10%, I think Rio's not going to be moving out of that stairwell.
Yeah.
She's living in. For.
No.
Yeah, I've been here for a whole year.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Rudy, is there anything that you're working on that you would like to promote? Anything new coming up?
Just the next flatbed buggy record.
Yeah.
So I'm just writing some more stuff for that. I'm still in that vibe. Usually I can't really do 2 things in a row. Not because I'm like a genius or nothing, but because I can't stay focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm late coming to New York. You know, I wanted to come to New York right out of college. I was like 36 when I got here. So now I want to just rush and try. Ooh, I want to try. And so it's just like, I can't, you know. So, but I'm going to do another flatbed buggy record. I think I'm digging the accordion and the cello, the sound, and it's just beautiful.
Awesome. Well, if you want to follow Rudy, I guess Instagram is a good place to do that, as I've been promoting. So Rudy Royston on Instagram. And there's also a link to your website there as well, so people can also access your website there. Awesome. Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah.
Ad break.
Right.
Wait, so Rudy, do you do headshot?
Yes.
Yeah? Because I need a new one.
Okay.
The one I've been using is like 10 years old, and I feel like I'm lying to people.
Right.
I think I kind of look like that still-ish, but
I got one like that
not
too.
really.
Like, that's not me anymore. That's missing a couple things here. We got to add some details in here. Then we'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I'll call you.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't see me. Yeah.
Okay.
You're in Jersey, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
I'm close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it, man. And
Yeah.
just between us, I won't even charge you.
You know that everybody just heard that on the YouTube.
I know. Just between us.
I know.
We're gonna get a lot of calls now.
Yeah.
But I'll take a donut though. Definitely a Dunkin' Donut.
No, there's a Krispy Kreme in
Krispy,
Paramus. They're building it right now.
I can't do
way.
Krispy Kreme is like Snickers.
Krispy Kreme is giving out free donuts if you're vaccinated.
Wow.
I'm getting free donuts. I'm gonna go there when it's hot now.
Yeah, before we return to our program, I just want to once again remind y'all to donate if you can. Donations are possible to be done. That's a weird way to say it. You can donate in the description below.
What are you drinking at a word?
Donations are possible to be donated via. No, there's a link in the description. You can donate. It'll take you to PayPal. If you want to become a member, there's also a link for that there. And if you can't do either of those things, you can subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you a cent. So there's also a subscribe button there. We're going to move on with our last guest, whom I have an anecdote about because I came into the jazz thing late. I grew up in the Dominican Republic, and I moved to Florida in 2009. And the first jazz show that I went to see live was with Will Vinson in Miami when he came in 2010 to Miami with Jonathan Kreisberg.
Oh my God.
It was Kreisberg, it was Eric Dube on drums, subbing for Ferber, and it was Joe Martin.
Wow.
That was my intro to jazz, and that was pretty cool. I will say that.
That's the anecdote. Okay, I was bracing myself there.
And then again,
I know Will's like
called me something like I'm not gonna repeat that. No, but it was a nice intro to to this music, and since then I've actually gotten to see you a lot, and work with you at the Jazz Gallery and whatnot. So it's a pleasure to have you here today. Everybody, welcome Will Vinson.
My pleasure.
all the way from Australia.
Yeah.
I know Will's like,
That's
what
right.
have I said to Ed? In
I
the
know.
drunken
Well, honestly,
stupor.
whenever anybody tells me, oh yeah, no, we met like 10 years ago, I'm just like, oh no, what did I say? But I'm glad I dodged a bullet there. Okay. Yeah, it's lovely to be here, guys. It's so nice to see you all. It's been a long time, obviously.
No,
So
you miss New York, no?
I really do miss New York terribly, especially when I see you guys. And but everyone's life is in a strange place right now. And of all the strange places to be, Australia is pretty good one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. So what are you going to show us?
I have the video.
You have a video.
Yeah. So Ed's got the video. So this is inspired as I am by the and also kind of like massively intimidated as I am by the solo offerings that we've had today, because I've been thinking a little bit about doing something like that, but I think I might have to keep thinking about it. But so we've had a lot of stuff that's very in the moment, and now you're going to have something that's the total opposite, because this is a like a large ensemble thing that I wrote while I was waiting for my son to be born, and I actually finished it in the hospital. I had one hand on his little chest and the other hand on Sibelius, but you won't hear any of that tenderness in the music, I promise. But so this was a little while ago, and I managed to get a lot of my favorite musicians just to pile in and help me record this thing that would actually be really hard to do live. So it's one of those weird situations where actually the isolation video maybe has some advantages, but it was really fun. And I'll tell you who everyone is, but I think their names actually pop up on the screen, so you can see that for yourself.
Wow, that happened. That's amazing.
Holy cow.
Awful band.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can
it's-
get anyone good?
Well, so that's the other thing. It's like outside of a pandemic, what are the chances of getting those guys together? You
I know, right? How'd you get Gonzalo?
know? Email.
Really? Just like that?
Yeah.
That's
Well, he had
how-
just he just did he was on my he actually played that tune on a record that came out last year, and I just thought, man, you know, like nobody's doing anything. This was a few months ago, you know. That, like I said, I finished writing it when my son was born, and people were still, you know, really in the early stages of getting to grips with like what this means for us and everything. And I just reached out to a bunch of people, and everyone, like, I did another video too with another bunch of like a completely different band, and like everybody said yes. It was so nice, you know. And I think it was also, I think it was, you know, it was a stage where people just wanted to you know, connect, and so yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah, amazing. Who edited the video? You did
Yeah,
that?
so I did that too, like
Oh my God.
yeah, so for a long period, like so you know, we had this new baby, and so we were in an Airbnb, like we were living a pretty nomadic life down here because we don't actually live here, and and so my wife would sleep with the baby until like 5 a.m. and then I would come and switch with her, and I'd take him, and so she could get a solid sleep in the morning, and then he'd just be sitting with me, and whenever he fell asleep, I'd start like editing the thing, teaching myself how to use Premiere, which, as you can see, is a work in progress. But you know, that was fun to, you know, get into that.
That's a lot of editing.
Yeah, it took a long time, but
Looks really good. So.
Oh, cool! Thanks.
Yeah, amazing job.
Wow.
I know Rudy's like shit.
Wow. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, yeah, that was like, man, and the cool thing was like the two drummers together.
Yeah.
Like, man, so it had like, you know, there was the drum set sound, but then it had like this like hand drum sound.
Yeah.
Sound.
That's so I asked Jeff to do it, and he and that's what he came up with. Excuse me. And I was like, man, this is so awesome. I want to keep this, but I actually also, you know, I'd like to have some like a regular drum set in there as well. And I was like, well, why not have two drummers? So
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
He was like the whole like line drum cats, you know what I mean? Hand drum. The drummer who was playing things.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to actually have been in the room with him when he's doing that, because I'd love to see him like playing those instruments. I've never actually, you know, I've never seen him do that.
Wait, so how did you do it? Did you send them a track, or like is there like something that they are following, or just like,
yeah, I mean,
this is the tempo and just do it?
I'll tell you, it's really simple. I really thought there was like a 20% chance this was going to work, but it did. So I wrote the thing in Sibelius, and then I exported it as a MIDI file into Logic. And so then Logic is playing on like terrible synth sounds. It's playing all the stuff. And then I sent that to everybody. And so they could open up Logic and they can take out their part, and then they can just play along with the computer. But I had Orlando, the bass player, had him go first, so that there would be, you know, something for everyone else to actually, you know, connect with. And then basically the people who did their part last were the lucky ones, because they had, you know, more of an actual band there. But it turns out, like, obviously it's not the world's greatest mix, but it's actually pretty easy to mix when everyone's completely isolated.
Right.
Like there's no, you know, it doesn't get much more isolated than 2020. So, so it actually was, you know, it was surprisingly smooth.
Yeah, no, that's the way to do it nowadays, is, you know, with the MIDI tracks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't call that simple.
No.
And it's still labor intensive.
Well, when you have all those instruments, especially.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it was labor intensive, but it was like I knew what I had to do, and it was, you know, straightforward in that sense.
Yeah,
It was super fun too.
I think Lando gets the top prize.
Yeah.
It's just play the bass with no like you can hear the track, but that's not a real drummer. So he had to just sort of imagine what this
Right.
drum might.
Yeah, so I had no drums in there at all because I was like, if I try to do something, it's just going to be like
So he just
dreadful.
You know, so basically he set the tone for the whole rhythm section.
Yeah,
Wow.
totally, man. Yeah,
Go
yeah, he's not messing around.
Better him than me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow, that was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Quickly, I'm gonna shout out G.L.E. who's in the chat. Just saying hi. I haven't seen you in a while, G, as well. So, you know. But anyways, yeah, thank you, Will. And I guess if you want to talk about something that you're working on, maybe these videos that you're working on, or are you working on any recordings or anything?
Oh, I'm done with that. I'm not doing that again. But I did. So I'm actually contemplating doing a solo record, but I'm not going to promote that yet because it's going to be a huge campaign. Because I want to make some serious. I got to pay some bills, man. So but
you're announcing the contemplation of it, though.
Yeah,
exactly. Hopefully that'll get the investors on side. But no, so I had a few records come out last year. I was lucky that they were all kind of lined up before the pandemic. But the one that I hope will have some kind of future, like when this is all over, is one that just came out a couple of months ago with Gilad Hexaman and the toilet roll guy and and Antonio Sanchez. We have a record out called Trio Grande, which we hope we'll be able to do something with live when this is all over. So check that out if you are so inclined.
And we just saw Antonio the other day.
Of course, yeah,
he did the last show. And speaking of a solo drum person,
I know.
Yeah, Birdman.
Why you got to bring him up now? Like,
I did. Will did that.
Sign off, then you can talk about it.
And if you all want to follow Will on Instagram, it's Vinson_Will. Do you use that, Will? Right?
No, I think probably. There's not a whole lot up there, guys. Sorry, but I'll
It's a good way to stay in touch.
Yeah, indeed.
It'll take you down the rabbit hole of information.
Yeah.
Is the way I see it. So.
Yeah, Will Vinson.
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Well, thank you guys. This is from like a 3 different time zone, and I know some people are tired because it's so early and so late. But thanks for being here.
Yeah, and thank you to the viewers. If anybody donated, thank you. I don't have a log of that unfortunately right now, but if you did, thank you. And if you haven't, please consider doing it. If you can't, consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't done that yet. There's many ways to support. And then we'll see you this Thursday at the Jazz Gallery. 2 sets, 7:30, 9:30 with Arte Jacobson.
Indeed. Cool. Well, thank you, Seon-Yi. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Rudy.
Reno.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you, guys. So nice to see you all.
Yes.
See you soon.
All right.
Take it
See
easy.
you soon. Have a good
Bye-bye.
night. Have a good day.
Thank you.